All right, guys, today so we want to still talk about rates and unit rates, but today we are going to talk about rates and unit rates from a table. So let's read our example. The gas station sells four Tootsie Rolls for $1. How much is each piece of candy? So I want to follow my steps above to figure out how much each piece of candy is. So the first thing says pick a row from the table. Well, I'm just going to go with my first row right here, and I want to write and label the rate. Well, what rate am I trying to find, or what unit rate am I trying to find? And I want to know how much for each piece of candy. So that means I need the cost per candy, per one piece of candy. So that's how I'm going to write it. I have my cost $1 for four pieces of candy. So now I want to divide. Well, I know in order to create a unit rate or to find how much one piece of candy is, I have to make this denominator 1. So what I'm going to do is divide by 4 because I know 4 divided by 4 would give me my denominator for one piece of candy. Well, now I have 1 divided by 4 because I know what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. Oh, but that looks a little funny. That's saying I'm taking one whole piece and dividing it into 4 pieces. Let's look at that. I have this dollar here. And what it's saying is I want to take my $1 and I want to break it into 4 pieces for my candy. And I want to figure out how much does each piece of candy cost. Meaning I'm going to take my whole dollar and split it into 4 different pieces to get the candy. So that means I have to do 1 divided by 4. That means one piece of candy is a fourth of a dollar. Well, what else do I know if I'm thinking about money? How else could I write a fourth of a dollar? Well, I know if I'm thinking about quarters, I could also say that one piece of candy is 25 cents. Let's remember, we don't want to get confused. My whole amount is $1, and I'm splitting my dollar into 4 pieces. That means each piece of candy costs 25 cents. Now, we also know that on every iPhone, Android, iPad, tablet, we have this handy dandy feature called a calculator. And we want to make sure that we are using it properly and we're calculator savvy. So we're going to teach you how to use the calculator. So again, with my problem, I had $1 and that got me 4 pieces of candy. And now I want to put this into the calculator to figure out how much is one piece of candy. Well, I'm going to start with my whole amount, my dividend. I'm starting with $1 and I want to divide it by 4. Notice how what I said out loud matched what I put in the calculator. I have 1 divided by 4. And this calculator also reflects what's on our phones. Well, once I do 1 divided by 4, that gives me 0.25, 25 cents, 1/4 of a dollar.